Hey there, kombucha brewers and coffee lovers. In today's video, we're diving into an exciting twist on the classic kombucha brew. Coffee kombucha. If you've ever wondered how to use your SCOBY to ferment coffee, you're in for a treat. We'll walk through the entire process, how long it takes to brew, whether or not you can reuse your SCOBY, and what to watch out for. So grab a cup of joe, and let's get brewing. First things first, what exactly is coffee kombucha? Just like traditional kombucha is made by fermenting sweet tea, coffee kombucha is made by fermenting sweetened coffee with a SCOBY. The result is a fizzy, tangy drink that combines the best of both worlds, the bold flavor of coffee and the health benefits of kombucha. But brewing coffee kombucha isn't exactly the same as brewing tea kombucha, so let's break it down step by step. To brew coffee kombucha, you'll need the following ingredients and equipment. Freshly brewed coffee. Use high-quality coffee, just like you would with tea. Avoid flavored or instant coffee. Sugar. Just like with tea kombucha, sugar is essential to feed the SCOBY. Stick with cane sugar for best results. SCOBY. You can use a regular kombucha SCOBY, but keep in mind, once it's been used in coffee, it may not be the best choice for future tea kombucha batches. Fermentation jar. A clean glass jar is ideal for fermentation, a breathable cover. Use a cloth or coffee filter secured with a rubber band to keep contaminants out while allowing airflow. Here's how to brew your own coffee kombucha at home. 1. Brew the coffee. Start by brewing about 1 liter, or 4 cups of strong black coffee. Remember to let it cool to room temperature before moving on to the next step, as hot coffee can damage your SCOBY. 2. Add sugar. Just like with tea kombucha, you'll need to add sugar to feed the SCOBY. For 1 liter of coffee, add about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of sugar, depending on how sweet you want your kombucha. Stir until the sugar is completely dissolved. 3. Add the SCOBY. Once the coffee is cooled and the sugar is dissolved, gently place your SCOBY into the jar. It's normal for the SCOBY to sink at first. It will float to the top as the fermentation progresses. 4. Ferment. Cover the jar with a breathable cloth and secure it with a rubber band. Let your coffee kombucha ferment at room temperature for about 7-10 days. The fermentation time will vary depending on the temperature and your personal taste preferences. Start tasting it around day 7 to see if it has the tangy, fizzy flavor you're looking for. Now let's answer some common questions about brewing coffee kombucha. First, does the SCOBY actually feed on coffee? The short answer is yes, but not as effectively as it feeds on tea. While your SCOBY can ferment coffee and thrive on the sugars present, coffee doesn't provide the same nutrients as tea. That means after a few batches, your SCOBY might start to weaken. And that brings us to the next question. Can you reuse your SCOBY? Yes, you can use your SCOBY for multiple batches of coffee kombucha. However, once it's been used in coffee, it's best to dedicate that SCOBY to future coffee kombucha batches only. The coffee will stain the SCOBY, and its microbial balance will shift, making it less effective for brewing traditional tea kombucha. If you want to continue brewing both tea and coffee kombucha, it's a good idea to keep separate SCOBYs for each. That way, you'll maintain the health and balance of your SCOBY cultures. Now let's talk about what can go wrong with coffee kombucha and how to avoid it. Bitter or overly strong flavor. Coffee kombucha can sometimes turn out more bitter or harsh than tea kombucha. If that happens, it might be due to over-fermentation. To avoid this, start tasting your brew around day 7. And once it reaches your desired level of tanginess, it's time to bottle it. Weak SCOBY. Since coffee doesn't provide the same nutrients as tea, your SCOBY may weaken after a few batches. If you notice your SCOBY becoming thin or fragile, it's a sign that it needs a break. You can revive it by fermenting a batch of regular tea kombucha, or you may need to start with a new SCOBY. Contamination. Just like with tea kombucha, contamination is always a risk. Make sure to use clean equipment, and always keep your jar covered with a breathable cloth to prevent mold or other unwanted invaders. Once your coffee kombucha has fermented to your liking, it's time to bottle it. Just pour it into clean bottles, leaving some room at the top, and seal them tightly. You can drink it right away, or let it carbonate for a day or 2 at room temperature. After that, store it in the fridge to enjoy chilled. Have you wondered what is Jun kombucha? If you never heard of Jun kombucha, then don't miss out our next video, where we're going to show you all about Jun kombucha. And that's it, your very own homemade coffee kombucha, a unique twist on a classic brew. It's tangy, fizzy, and packed with flavor. Perfect for coffee lovers who want to mix up their kombucha routine. I hope this video helped you get started with brewing your own coffee kombucha. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more kombucha tips and recipes. Have you tried making coffee kombucha before? Let me know in the comments below how it turned out. Thanks for watching and happy brewing.